This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Gets a good read on their opponent. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. Player 1 chases them down. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Next hit will end the round. KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Who'll gain control of the match in the early going. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Play experiencing burnout. Extra spicy Shoyu connects. A quick breather. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Dashes. It's a good spot to use the super. Player 1 will need to use their the throw connects. Both fighters planning something? A real test of nerves here. Break through with the throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. They are letting it fly from the get-go. Hits them with a stopping block. Looking to follow up after that target combo. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Impact squash. Player 1 with a slut pumps the brakes on the impact. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Huge chance after that wall splat. Both sides getting ready. The drive impact doesn't work. Knocked them out of the air. Close range projectile. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Oh, yo! Raw super hit! Catches them out. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Are you kidding me? Player 1 survived that tense mirror match. It's not over yet. Just believe it's time for that rundown. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Player 2 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? What's the play here? Both fighters have used up a generous amount of drive already. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Life lead opens up. All right, what's coming up next? And the throw ends the round. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Boxing with a target combo. Sticks the combo. Big throws. Good work staying in throw range there. Shows a medium kick. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Player 1 needs to use the pressure. Hits them with a stopping block. Super hard on deck ends the meter. Hoping for a good return. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 1 is not in a good place health-wise, but with the super art in play, it's still not over. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Experiencing burnout. Okay, here we go. Throws a fireball. Shoyu! Amazing! Chips him for the win! Player 2 proved to be the victor in that mirror match. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish kick. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Goes for the fireball. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Takes the chance to hurt him. Takes a trip. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Harris, hold your breath. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. What'll happen? Finishes with the throw. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Quick dashing. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Is the fireball part of their corner game? The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Medium kick hits. What'll happen here? Shows the medium kick. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Misses the grab. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Dashes up. Here comes the corner pressure. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Amazing. Crowns him from above. Closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. They are letting it fly from it. Hits the drive. Jumps, grabs, and throws him away. That throw will do some good damage. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Reads the jump in perfectly. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Shakes things up with a fireball. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Fireball pressure, trying to wear down the opponent. Gotta do better than that. Nothing stops this train. Dash. Okay, here we go. Turns out. Dangerous range here. Does he drive? A whip drive, in fact, misses. Ooh, put a little extra. They are done. Player 1 showed they are truly the best of the best. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run. Drops in with a top suit. Closes the gap. Uses the target combo as a filler. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a trip. Life lead opens up. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Projectile to try and change the situation. Time's the only thing moving here. Recovers from burnout. Blocks the ambiguous toss-up. All right, what's coming up next? Who will capitalize on an opening first? Takes in the throw. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Parries the projectile. It's not easy to parry projectiles in the heat of a match, but it's definitely effective. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. How will they utilize this? Player 1 holds it. Ends the meter. Hoping for a good return. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. This might be a pivotal super art. Can they use their drive to stage a come impact squat? Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Nice fireball. A single hit will do it. What are they gonna do? Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Only a little bit of drive and life left. Will they gamble something here on a drive move? So, what's next? Connects with the throw. Okay, here we block the low kick. They're running out of time. Genius weaves at that throw escape. Player 1 closes it out. Player 1 survived that tense mirror match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Aerial Tatsu flashes them. Sticks the combo. Decent damage. What's next? Perfect air-to-air. They're on the lookout for jump-ins. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Player 1 is maintaining the corner, opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. And goes down to the wire. Locks him with a target combo. Sticks the combo. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. What'll happen here? Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive protection ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Rip-off! Player 1 just goes for it at this range. A quick breather. Player 1 drops him to half, closing the gap. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Zones with the fireball. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. So low heavy. Oh, the throw connects. Amazing. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's the there's a drive impact. Quick comes off the tank and scores the win. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Who's going to steal this win? Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. There's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. What? A back throw for damage and vital positioning. Both painfully aware of the corner there. Oh, the throw connects. What's next? Burns out. Denied. Keeps cool and knocks them out. Player 2 corrects them. Oh, done. Bad news is on the way. Come on now, let me hear you say it. Shinryu. Repa. This might be a... Oh my God. It is over. Player 1 showed they are truly the best of the best. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Smart play with the throw. Shoots off a fireball up close. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 1 versus... Oh! Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2 is in burnout, drives off the table, goes for the super art. Their super art gauge KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Fireball from very long. What's next here? Whiffs the throw. Good job blocking the jump in. they're showing us just how patient they can be. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Their worst fear in the corner taking form. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Both sides in burnout. They can't drive. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Breaks the block with a throw. The throw missed. Untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect. Player 1 is the last fighter standing. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Has the radar up and running. Goes for the fireball. They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. Wow, shut down. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Raised on the pressure, answers the drive impact with the drive pair. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. Now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Takes the chance to hurt him. Decent damage. What's next? Neither of them willing to back off here. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. From up above. Strings it all together. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Pop converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Quick dashing. Player 1 will look hits him with a stop and bomb. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Good distance for a shot. Near empty drive gauges will greatly affect both players. G-right kick for a mix-up. Ah, burnout activates. Oh no, they're stunned. Topsy's out of the quick dash. What'll happen here? Brushes that off and keeps going. Closes the gap. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be got him up against the wall and the stun is there. They just won't stop switching sides. Digs in deep to get that drive. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. It's a good spot to use the super. A back throw for damage and vital positioning. Flatline zone. Player 1 comes away with the win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Down to the wire. This is gonna be bad news. Bops him with a target combo. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Forward throw, not letting them out. Will this super art connect? Player 2 is in a tight, adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Knockdown. And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Digs in deep to get that drive impact. Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Player 1 chases them down. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Zones with the fireball. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Shows the medium kick. So, what's next? Burnout dissipates. Blocks the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. They continue to battle it out in the middle of the stage. Grabs and throws them away. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gives them good damage in return. Player tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Life lead is there. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Reads the throw and escapes. This is gonna hurt. A single hit will do it. Close range projectile. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Doing some quick planning? Dangerous range here. Flatline zone. Player 1 comes away with the win. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Gets the jump in. Sticks the combo. Checks with the projectile. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Neither of them willing to back off. Opts for the throw. Taking stock. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 chases them down. Great work finding the opening. Got him up against the wall and the stun is there. Player 2 KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Got their eye on the air. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive, experiencing burnout. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Sure you can? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Are we going to see a comeback here? Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Hits that with confidence. There's a burnout. Ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, here we go. Even the slightest hit may end the round. Adds a bit of OD spice there. Raw super art incoming. Excellent read. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. That was the highest if I've ever seen. Player 2 survived that tense mirror match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. There's an overdrive arm. Shows a medium kick. Throws them to negate the block. Steps in for the throw. The impact gets blocked. Blocks the jump in. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Grabs them. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 2 KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Checks them with the projectile. It's a normal hit, but they get in there. The load doesn't connect. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Taking stock. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Uses the gauge for a super arm. This Dragon Last Flame could be big. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. They're backed up experiencing burnout. Sure you can? Fireball gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punishment. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Dashes flushes that off and keeps going. Quick dash. Here comes a big combo. Player 2 couldn't even get a tickle in. Might be time for a change. Excellent block. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Player burns out. What are they gonna do? Player 2 is in burnout state. Sets up with the jump in. Carries them all the way to the... Oh! Putting the cherry on top. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale. The super connects. Sticks out a kick. Connects with the throw. Okay, here we go. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in, a dash, turns out. I can't believe it. Do they have uses their drive gauge? The shot pays off. Player 1 survived that tense mirror match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run. The jump in is denied. The throw is denied. Confirm on the impact. Not a counter, but they'll take it. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2 must be feeling good after that super, but they gotta keep on the gas. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. So they break forward to pressure the opponent, brushes off the impact, feeling out the spacing. Projectile baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. All right, what's coming up next? Smart decision there. The chip damage was enough. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. This is gonna be bad news. Shows a medium kick. Medium kick hits. Trying to read each other here? What'll happen here? Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Player experiencing burnout. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Hits him with a stop and bomb. Uses the target combo as a filler. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. In there. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Throws a fireball. The throw missed. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball here. Player 1 has the life lead. Can nothing stop this train? Ooh, you never know what can happen here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Dangerous range here. Close range projectile. Hits that with confidence. Target combo into putting the cherry on top. Wants to close it out in style, but is it enough? What? That was enough to kill? Yo, that read was godlike. Player 1 comes away with the win. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Let's brushes that off and keeps going. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Takes the chance to hurt him. Decent damage. What's next? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Combo with the target combo. Very solid corner switch. All right, what's coming up next? Checks with the projectile. Brushes off the impact. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Feeling out the space. Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Knockdown. Box him with the target combo. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Gets him. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Solid throw tech. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Throws out the fireball to check him. Both fighters want to a good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Cool F uses the gauge for a super art. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Wow, that's some big time damage there. Zones with the fireball. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. What'll happen here? Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Life wrecks them! Burnout activates! A rare chance here! They gotta do something! Gets the tips with the low heavy! Here's the final round! The real fight starts now! Have a bit of OD spice there! The last round, it's now or never! Sure you can? Goes for the fire, but hits them with a stopping block. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they want. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this back wide open. Flank burns out. There's a drive impact. Quick medium poke. This unleashes some big damage. Closes in. The throw does blow heavy, but no go. Gotta do better than that. Player crowns him from above. There's a burnout. Pokes with a kick. What are they gonna do? Impact squat. Solid anti-air. Noticeable life lead is a comeback burns out. Fireball pressure. Trying to wear down the opponent. Player 1, the low kick hits. Are they going to be able to... Time to make them famous! Oh, here we go! Dumps them! Player 1 comes away with the win!